Hello everyone, I am Vipan Puri from DNA Growth. We are a leading business management consulting company with clients present in more than 30 countries around the world. So today we have Mrs. Dimple Verma from Whizrobo Private Limited. Ma'am, first of all, I would like to ask you that how this entire idea started. How did Whizrobo start?
Thank you so much, Vipinji. So, I'm Dimple Verma, first generation women entrepreneur,
Right.
and I think my journey is a very happy accident.
Okay.
So it's an interesting story, which all began with an engaging way to wherein I was always interested to cultivate my son's interest in technology. So I'm a happy mother of two kids where my children, they love to explore new things. And I've done masters in computer applications, and that was a little edge that I was always fascinated with technology,
Right.
and I wanted my children to actually grow and evolve with technology. My husband, he's also a seasoned entrepreneur, and he's
Yes.
dealing into IT products.
Right.
So he's dealing with all Apple products, laptops, and a couple of dealerships in
Right.
HP, Canon, Dell.
Gee.
So me and my husband, we both were, like we provided them a platform where it was a perfect combination of hardware and software. So
Right.
that was really a blessing for my kids.
Hmm.
So, and I was actually delighted with the way my son could innovate things at such a tender age. And that always made me wonder that if my son can do, maybe many other children can do.
Right.
So that was the thought, that was the turning point in my journey where I actually thought of, coming up with this institute where, a lot of children can come, innovate, explore, and actually they could enhance their skills in core subjects like science and mathematics. Because, we believe that every child has to study these subjects, science and mathematics especially, and up to 10 standard.
Right.
So here what we were doing is we were trying to, build up that skill which is actually required. And we thought that yes, if my son can do, maybe many other children can do, and we thought that let's, start preparing children
So I think this is one of those rare instances wherein a mother wants other kids also to perform in the way her own son has performed. Otherwise, generally होता है कि नहीं my son is doing it so he's exclusive.
No. I think I never had that thing in my mind. And since I was always into education, business only, because earlier I started, with little kindergarten also, we did that also. And then we were into computer education contracts with the schools also. So, education was one thing which was always there in my mind. And then dealing with children, that was always giving me a lot of kick. So, that was, I found somewhere that's my passion, where I can deal with children, I can counsel a lot many parents also.
Right.
And then definitely seeing performance of my son, I thought, we should get this to our city, and that's how this Whizrobo came into existence.
That is actually a sweet story.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so when you started Whizrobo, as I understand it, this is a different kind of market altogether. Just educating kids is one thing, but running a complete institute and then again, establishing that brand. What initial challenges did you people face?
See, definitely the journey is great, but challenges, everyone always faces challenges. So the biggest challenge which I was finding it initially was, when we were trying to meet parents or educators, because since we are dealing with both the segments, schools also and, parents also. So the biggest challenge coming up was, Indian mindset with totally focusing on academics.
Yes,
That was the biggest challenge for us, wherein they were thinking it just as an extra activity. So that was one challenge which we were able to prove to the mindsets of people that this is not an extra activity.
Right.
Rather, that's a very very career oriented approach you have to follow to learn these skills. And which is, I think, these days, because this edtech companies and everything, automation coming up. But yes, in initial years we started in 2016. So that was the time when people were not aware much about technology, and Ludhiana and Punjab being the industrial hub and all. But then the families and all. So again, it was all the mindset was that okay, they are going to school, they are learning about many things, or they are going to dance class, some more sports activity. But then this was the thing which I really wanted to create, that this is the need and this is what I really wanted to instill in the minds of the parents.
Right.
And definitely with the passage of time, we were able to prove, and we had successfully, a lot of records. A lot of children are there into our India Book of Records.
Oh.
In 2014, we bagged the title of India Book of Records.
So this is one of the.
Yes, yes. And then in 2017 also we bagged it, and last in 2019 also we bagged the India Book of
Oh,
Records.
great. So it's 2 years consecutive or 3 years consecutively.
3 years almost.
Okay.
So that was the thing, and when parents could actually see that yes, children can actually excel in this field. Once they see that finished product, and then they were actually able to relate it that yes, our children can also do it.
Right.
And that was really very very important. Why we focused on school children, because that are the main areas wherein like everyone we know that as per research also, the major brain development happens at the early age only.
Yes. Yes.
And that's where we also start laying the foundation. So we start laying this foundation of developing the STEM skills at the age of 5 years.
So students or children start your courses at an age of 5.
Yes.
And till what age?
Right now we are having children up to 16 years of age.
Okay. Okay.
So we have age appropriate activities.
Right.
Let's say for a child who is just 5 years old, because right now they have not been even introduced with the concept of science in the school. But to me, I mean, I always had a thought that learning for learning there is no age.
Right.
So if we could also teach sciences, we could teach social science, we could teach Hindi, we could teach math. So I think we could equally teach the STEM. And STEM we majorly focus on 4 major areas where it is related to science, technology, engineering, and mathematical concepts.
So science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think in our daily routine lives also, science and mathematics is one thing which everyone is using.
Yes.
So maybe we are not, relating it, but we are using it in our everyday routine life also. And then there was another notion, that this STEM and robotics, it's only related to engineering. Right. So that notion is also not there because, in every field we have this automation.
And I think nowadays, if I look at, the current market scenario, AI, IoT, blockchain, all these things are buzzwords now. Robotics. So do you see any change in your customer mindset also, or do you see any change in the parents' mindset also? Are they more open to coming to you now as compared to earlier situation?
Definitely, because see, when I started in 2016, we just started with a handful of students.
Right.
But now we have more than 150 students. Those who are coming.
That's a good number.
We are working with more than 15 schools in the city, all top school cities where we are setting up robotic labs and clubs. So initially there was a challenge when they were finding it difficult whether we should start with this activity or not. But once we set it up, they actually they have seen the results. When they really could make it out that yes, child of this age can also do wonders in this field. So that was that really motivated the parents as well as the educators also, that yes, this is the line wherein we can work on.
Great. So if I look at Whizrobo as compared to any other institute or any other organization in the same industry, so what are the USPs of Whizrobo? What are things which place you or give you an edge over the others?
See, the major USP of our product is first of all the product itself. And then it is like we never give 100% solution to a child.
Okay.
Wherein we always focus on discussing the problem statement with the child, giving him ideas about how to develop a solution.
Okay.
But then we never give a solution to a child. Wherein because what happens if you go to a market, you go and buy a mechanical kit. So you get a manual with that. You can open a manual, you can see all the instruction and you can do it. For that, you are not using your brain. You are not using your mind, your thought process or your creativity.
Right.
But this is what we never wanted to take away from a child.
Okay.
So this is the unique thing which we actually focus on. That we are just talking about one problem. That this is the problem and we want to have a solution for this. And then we do a lot of brainstorming with children. So maybe one child comes up with one solution, another child comes up with a different idea, and then we tell them, okay, these are the different materials, these are the different parts, you can see whatever fits in with your idea, and let's start building a solution.
So again, you're also promoting an innovation in a kid's mind.
Definitely, sir. That is the sole purpose. See, if I am providing just a material with a manual, so then I think they need not to even come to our institute. They can just buy that kit and they can sit at home, do it with their parents as well. But what we try to do is we instill that creativity. We build their thought processes. So that's the main focus we try. And otherwise also we take them out for a lot of competition. So that's one exposure we are giving them.
So what competitions do you take your kids to?
So we've been taking them for national and international level robotic championship. Okay. So we were the one to represent our country, India, at World Education Robotic Championships.
Okay.
And one was in 2016 we did it, and then in 2017 for consecutive 2 years we were the winners. And we won the World Education Robotic Championship.
Okay.
And then we went to Dubai also for robotic championships. Also there also our teams, they participated, represented India and won over there. And last year we went to Moscow, Russia also.
Okay.
And there also our teams, they were awarded the first runner-up where they bagged. So there what happens is they get real life problem statements, and then they have to sit on the spot and then they have to work on the solution. So there is they are actually building that innovations, they are coming up with the solutions, they are actually thinking, developing their thought processes.
Right.
So these are the things which we really want children should come up. And believe me, we've worked with very small children and we have found amazing results.
Oh. So ma'am, we are facing this COVID-19 situation. People have also faced it. The lockdown was there. People were not allowed to move out. So what challenges has your business faced in this time?
Yeah, I think there were a few challenges, but that was just in the beginning because since we were also not prepared for the situation. We never thought, this would come up and this would end up in such situation.
Right.
But yes, because since we were dealing up with all the schools and then children are not going to schools, then children are not coming to our institute also to attend those physical classroom training part is not happening.
Right.
But then since the beginning of this year, we were, already working on developing our online model. So that was already going on, but yes, we were not prepared enough for this, present situation. But then once we were in the situation, so I think, yeah, so we landed up there. Though it was planned that we are going to launch our product in the month of June, but then I think with this COVID situation, we rather landed up in April only with our product.
Great.
And that was really a blessing for us also. Which
so
just picked up our speed.
Necessity will always remain the mother of invention.
Yeah, yeah, actually. So we are doing online sessions wherein we already have our robotic kits also. So children, they can take our material, they can sit back with that material also. Then our teachers, we are giving them online tutoring. So virtual classes are happening.
Okay.
And wherein we are even providing them with coding and programming classes also.
Okay.
So we are working on Internet of Things. Then we are working on Python, machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. So all the latest technology skills. So
all the buzzwords are available with you.
Yeah.
Because nowadays parents are always interested in these things.
Definitely. And see, I think earlier it was maybe sounding little flashy to the parents about this online and everything. But with this COVID situation, I think they were also forced to adapt this technology. And I think nobody got the time to adapt it. So that was, initial my challenge was that, people were not happy to adapt this technology in a, very easy and flexible manner. But now with this situation, even we need not to convince them. So it was all that, it happened with the flow.
So, as a female entrepreneur, what all challenges did you face just for being a female entrepreneur? Was there any specific challenge?
I don't think so that there was any specific challenge. Rather, I had always thought that was an edge for me.
Okay.
So, wherever you go, you get that respect in the society, and then, even if you are sitting with your countermale parts also, so that there also you always get that respect, you always get that. So, I don't think so. I've actually felt that thing. And being women, I really feel that, we have that superpower, wherein I can say that, so we have that skill. So, I don't think so there was anything which stopped me.
So, now the COVID situation is getting over, the unlock is already in place, market is opening up. But again, I can understand your particular institute and schools are not going to open so easily. But still, how do you look at the future post this COVID-19 situation?
See, I think with this COVID situation, rather, as I told you earlier, we have got a new vertical also. So that's always an edge for us.
Right.
And I think we are going to scale up our profits and we are going to reach to our target. Because, with physical classes and classroom training, we were, limited to Ludhiana and to the nearby cities only. But with this online model, this virtual classes has given us an edge wherein, we are teaching children pan India also.
Great.
And then we are trying to reach globally also. So I think it has opened up new more verticals for us, which is in any way a better solution for us.
Very good. Very good. So how do you see 2020 in terms of business for you?
2020 is definitely, as I told you, there were challenges, but I think we are doing good. And yes, we are hoping to scale up our profits in times to come because we have recently, come up with this online model. And then, yes, definitely we need a little more time to, develop that complete ecosystem, and by that time, maybe in another month or so, we are thinking to position ourselves at that particular place, and then I think there is nothing going to stop us.
So as I can understand that you and your organization are going to come out as a winner from this COVID-19 situation. So any message for your for your industry participants, other people working in your industry, your competitors, your vendors, your the parents of the kids, any specific message for them?
Yeah, definitely. I think if I have to give a message, so the message is very, very broad and clear that, we being the parents and educators, we have to play a role model wherein, we can guide our children, we can give them a path so that, they can actually lead the world and they can team up with technology, they can actually develop their future skills, so which will help them in times to come. And let's build a community where we can prepare future ready children.
So can you help in building such a community?
Yeah, definitely. So we are trying to contribute a bit, and yes, definitely we are thinking.
Well, I think with your institute in such a position, I think this initiative can be very well built from your organization as well.
Yes, sir, definitely we are trying our best, and rather we have our innovative community of innovators also, wherein we are giving an option to all the children and the parents to enroll their children for this innovative community, wherein children can come, they can share their ideas, and we can help them actually develop their ideas.
So how can parents make the kids participate in this?
So it's an online model, so nothing. They just have to fill one registration form, and they can actually just fill in, give us the basic details, and they can join our community. So
do provide us the link for that form. We'll definitely provide it in the comments or in the video.
Definitely, sir. We would love that more and more children should join our community so that they can gain benefit out of it. They can actually learn and develop their skills.
I think it was a very good interaction with you. Thank you so much for taking out your time. It was really a good learning for me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.